The MMA world is spinning out of control, and you are locked in for the ultimate breakdown. Josh Hokit is the name on everyone's lips after his electrifying performance at UFC 327. He stormed into the global rankings at number 7, and now he is officially set to face the fan-favorite brawler Derek Lewis in a historic showdown at the White House this June.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Speaking of that massive event, the full fight week schedule for UFC White House is officially locked in for June 14. We are talking about an entire experience stretching from the Lincoln Memorial Press Conference to a massive fan fest at the Ellipse. The card is stacked with a title unification battle between lightweight champion Ilia Topuria and interim King Justin Gaethje. The drama is reaching a fever pitch outside the cage as well. MMA icon Ronda Rousey is firing back at UFC Chief Business Officer Hunter Campbell, claiming he actively tried to sabotage her return to the sport. Rousey is now preparing to rewrite her legacy against Gina Carano in a highly anticipated clash streaming on Netflix this May. Finally, the tension is boiling over between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland ahead of their UFC 328 title fight. Chimaev is sending a chilling warning that their rivalry stays strictly as a sport in the cage, even as he claims things would be very different on the street. Do not miss out on the action. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for all the latest updates. Is Josh Hokit the most exciting prospect in the history of the sport, or are we just witnessing the birth of a brand new kind of hype machine? Forget everything you thought you knew about the heavyweight division, because after UFC 327, the landscape has officially shifted. While the card saw massive moves, like Carlos Ulberg capturing gold and Paulo Costa looking to conquer a second weight class, all eyes were locked on one man, Josh Hokit. Less than a year removed from his Contender Series debut, Hokit didn't just step into the cage with a top 10 veteran like Curtis Blades. He went to war with him. For 15 minutes, we watched a chaotic, high-stakes collision that could have ended in a highlight reel knockout at any second. Hokit didn't just survive. He walked away with a win, a massive $200,000 bonus, and a direct ticket to the 7th spot in our latest global rankings. Let's be honest. The man is polarizing. His, shall we say, unfiltered promotional style has sparked plenty of debate, but there is no denying his freak-level athleticism. And if you think his rise is a fluke, just wait. His next challenge is a main event spot against fan-favorite Derek Lewis at the White House this June. Whether you're buying into Hokit Mania or waiting for him to stumble, one thing is clear. The heavyweight division finally has a pulse again. Beyond the heavyweight fireworks, our panel has been busy parsing the rest of the cards, from light heavyweight power shifts to the deep tactical battles across the lightweight and featherweight ranks. Every move in the rankings is logged, every retirement is noted, and the path to the top is more competitive than ever. What do you think about the shakeup? Is Hokit the real deal, or are we setting ourselves up for a massive disappointment in June? Drop a comment below. Let me know who you think is currently the most dangerous fighter on the planet, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the shifting world of combat sports. Until next time, stay tuned. Can you imagine the octagon on the South Lawn? The UFC is making history, and frankly, it is the most bizarre and brilliant venue choice I have ever heard of. UFC Freedom 250 is hitting Washington, D.C. this June 14, and because it is a rare Sunday night showcase, the entire fight week schedule has been shifted by a day. It all kicks off on Friday night at the Lincoln Memorial with a press conference that promises to be nothing short of iconic. Imagine all 14 fighters on that stage with the backdrop of American history behind them. It is going to be a photographer's dream. Saturday is all about the fans, starting with a massive festival at the Ellipse followed by the weigh-ins and a Zac Brown Band concert. Now, let's talk about the main event. Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje are finally unifying the lightweight title, and if you know how these two fight, you know they are going to leave everything on that historic lawn. The card itself is stacked, featuring names like Alex Pereira, Sean O'Malley, and the fan favorite Derek Lewis. Since the main event is restricted to a small guest list of about 5,000, most of us will be hitting the free watch parties at the Ellipse. If you want in, keep a sharp eye on those registration links opening to the public on April 21. You do not want to miss the chance to say you were part of this spectacle. Are you betting on the technical prowess of Topuria or the sheer, gritty power of Geithch? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more updates, and remember, in the fight game, history is written in blood, but sometimes it is written right in the nation's backyard. What happens when the biggest star in MMA history tries to come home, only to find the door locked from the inside? Ronda Rousey is finally stepping back into the cage for a massive showdown against Gina Carano this May, but the road to this return wasn't just long. It was reportedly sabotaged. In a reveal that's shaking up the fight world, Rousey claims that while she initially wanted to honor her roots by bringing this fight to Dana White and the UFC, she ran into a wall named Hunter Campbell. It seems the UFC's chief business officer had his own agenda, allegedly bad-mouthing Carano and trying to steer Rousey toward other opponents. It's a fascinating power dynamic shift, isn't it? It highlights that the UFC of today is a very different beast than the one that built the Rousey phenomenon a decade ago. For Ronda, this fight isn't just about the paycheck or the spectacle, it's about control. She told CBS Mornings that she needed the world to stop waiting for her, to stop expecting her return, so she could finally claim it for herself. She didn't want to go out on that crushing loss to Amanda Nunes. She wanted a new ending. By taking this fight to Jake Paul and Most Valuable Promotions, she's essentially rewritten the rules of her own legacy. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just here for the drama, this fight on Netflix is shaping up to be the ultimate statement of independence. Do you think Ronda can still dominate after 10 years away, or is this just a nostalgia trip? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more behind-the-scenes fight news. After all, in the fight game, the biggest battles often happen long before the cage door ever closes. Imagine being so intense that the UFC has to actively keep you away from your opponent just to avoid a full-blown brawl before the actual fight. That is the reality for Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland ahead of their high-stakes middleweight title clash at UFC 328. We all know these two are absolute wild cards with zero filters, and things have been heating up behind the scenes. In a recent vlog, Chimaev addressed the elephant in the room. What happens if he finishes Strickland? Is he going to keep going? Well, Khamzat made his stance crystal clear, noting that while he considers killing a man haram or forbidden, inside the sanctuary of the octagon, the gloves are off if they cross paths on the street. It is a chilling sentiment. If he dies, but inside the cage, it is strictly sport. It is a fascinating juxtaposition of a man who dominates his competition with terrifying efficiency, but still draws a hard line between combat sports and real-world violence. Chimaev has been an absolute wrecking ball since his UFC debut, racking up highlight reel finishes before grinding out a title win against Dricus du Plessis. Now, with the middleweight strap on the line, he isn't sweating the method of victory. He is just leaving it to fate and his grueling preparation. Whether it ends in a submission, a knockout, or another 5-round war, the anticipation is palpable. Do you think Strickland has what it takes to weather the Chimaev storm, or is he just another name on the list? Smash that like button if you're tuning in to UFC 328 and let me know your prediction in the comments below. After all, in this sport, the only thing more dangerous than a fighter is a fighter with absolutely nothing to lose.